the reenactors are without a doubt the ones keeping our history alive. They're explaining what we come from and who we are.
What's attracted me to it? I've done reenactment shows, that's all I've done all my life really.
They'll really research it deeply, and there's some of the best experts in the country on different aspects.
Tewkesbury is the one that everybody wants to come to, thankfully, and obviously we've got to keep it good so that they still want to come to it. We never ever expected, obviously, that we'd still be doing it in 25 years' time. Things either grow or shrink, don't they? They never stay the same, but they'll only grow if you add new things, make things better, make things different, attract different people. And I think we've done that over the years.
In Druid rites we always call for peace, and as this is a battle reenactment taking place on a battlefield of 1471, it seemed even more appropriate to focus the whole rite on peace, not only for this weekend but for all time and for all the world.
I've been asked for over the last 30 years by people like yourself, reporters, what is it that makes people do reenactment, which I can never tell really, because there's people from every walk of life that come and do it. I'll tell you one factor, if you take away, that shows stop straight away, is alcohol. If you had a show with no beer tent and no alcohol, no one would turn up.
Most of the drinks here are not easily found on the sort of average high street. They are specialised. They come from medieval origins or beyond. The ales, for example, none of them have yeast in. They're bittered by using other agents such as heather. Well, this is a basic mead. Mead is probably one of the oldest alcoholic drinks, if not the oldest. Mead should be just water and honey. It's then allowed to ferment, and the resulting liquid is mead.
We come here every year.
We come here every year, it's great. The weather's always good, the people are lovely, the stalls are amazing, the battle's great.
Yeah, we enjoy it.
Why reenactment? What attracts you about it?
The costumes, the way things used to have to be, you know, as opposed to now.
It's real local history, you know, it's the only way to see it really, live action, not just read about it or see it.
From Lancaster forces into the Yorkish line. The Yorkish line will stand firm.
When in the actual combat, we're normally, as a group, I'm a part of the Medieval Combat Society, and we actually are given a side that we're going to fight for, and today we volunteered to be the bodyguard for the king, so he accepted, so we were following him around the battlefield, trying to stick to him as much as we could. It's quite a task really, because he does move around a bit and likes to get into the thick of it and run through the enemy lines, so sometimes we were totally surrounded, but it's all good fun, all good, friendly, safe fun really.
When we started 24 years ago, it was free on the gate then. The philosophy was anyone, no matter how poor they are, can come along and enjoy the day and the music and everything that goes on without a prohibited admission charge. We kind of kept that, and now we're a limited company. It's even in the memorandum articles of the company. It's been set up so that we don't charge admission. And it gives it a completely different atmosphere to the more commercial medieval events around the country.
French association of reenactment. We reenact Lance d'Ordonnance française of Louis XI. And then we come here to make the personal guard of Marguerite d'Anjou. For us it's a very big battle, because we make battle in France too, like in Azincourt, but it's smaller than the Tewkesbury.
Behind this nut shape is actually a video camera, and that goes down some wires through my helm, down my side into a battery pack where I do the recording. So this allows me to get up close and personal in combat with a video camera. So I use this in places like Tewkesbury and full contact tournaments as well. So wherever I fight, which is quite a lot of different places, I can get in there, get the sword blows up and close and personal. Quite a close melee, a big press melee, so there are lots of people, lots of action going on, lots of people around you, totally surrounded by friend or foes, and sometimes you're not quite sure who's friend or foe, and shots, pikes coming in, all angles, and you're having to parry them and riposte to get the attacks back in again.
Oh, the battle's got huge. I mean, and now it's all pure wool and it's all hand stitched and nothing's out of place. And people actually live medieval style for the whole weekend. And there's a hell of a lot of knowledge there. You give what you can afford to give to it now. And you don't have to stay away because you've got no money.
There is no right of sanctuary here!
Gentlemen, my lord, God.
As far as the reenactment community is concerned, it is the festival in the circuit. When we started, we were very much into community events and community things, and if you start charging, you start denying people access, and we don't want to do that. And if you charge, you have to put up security fences and ticket collectors, sales and all that stuff, so it works much better in our opinion, and it's inclusive. Everybody can come.
You got the big tent, and some of our dads get killed, but they come back alive again, which is freaky.
So whose father's going off to war?
Pretty much all of us. Yeah. It's so all the younger ones are a bit scared because they get frightened and they might get. If they come back, they only complain about landing in patches of stinging.
The king has always believed that Margaret of Anjou has a weak cause. He is now convinced that her cause is indeed lost, and that he and the House of York will continue and win this battle, the Battle of Tewkesbury. I've been here, this is my 7th year of commentary, and I love it with a passion. It is my personal belief that this site must never fall into the hands of the developers. It must be, as Culloden is in Scotland, we must maintain our battlefield sites. And one way of doing it is to hold these wonderfully colourful events and reenactment of the battle.
Bravo.